Do you want to know how amazing people connect? Well, you're in the right place. Welcome to Marketing with Russ, aka #RussSelfie.
Thanks for connecting. And if you like what you hear, please share.
Special thank you to our sponsors this morning, the Oaks at Lebanon and Shortstop Burger, Shakes, and Fries. For more information on the Oaks at Lebanon and their retirement and assisted living, call 541-258-7777. And for Shortstop's Hamburger, Shakes, and Fries in Albany, Oregon, go to southpawspizza.com. Thanks. There you go. Look at that. Double things happening this morning. Okay, here I am live again. Thank you. I was very animated though, wasn't I? That was good. Okay. So you heard nothing I said. So welcome everybody to Marketing with Russ, aka #RussSelfie. You know, things happen like that sometimes on live video, and there you go. And that's why it's always good to pay attention to your comments and your friends that are in the comments. So Drew, thanks for that. And Ever, thank you for reminding me my mic needed to be on. So if you can hear me now, everybody say whoop, whoop, you sound great. And then I won't have to worry about it. Make sure that you can hear me. And I'm just excited to be here today. As you could tell by my actions, there you go. As you could tell by my actions, I was very excited from the get-go. And this is Marketing with Russ, aka #RussSelfie. I'm here every Monday and Thursday. Excuse me. I'm here every Monday and Thursday at 8 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. And I'm here to inspire and encourage you. I'm an inspiration specialist. I'm a keynote speaker. I'm a marketing coach. I love people. And you can connect with me anytime at russhedge.com. That's right, russhedge.com. And actually, let's see, I'll be quick and I'll even put that up. So you see that, russhedge.com. There we are. And I would love for you to connect with me, whether you like to do it on social media, email, give me a call or text me on my phone, or you can actually schedule time directly on my calendar. My goal for this year is to meet at least 1,000 new people, connect and actually meet them and talk to them, 1,000 new people. And it sounds like a lot, but that's really only 3 people a day. So I am really excited. I'm probably going to do more than that, but I wish that you would be one of those. So if we have not connected or met, please go to russhedge.com, fill up those time slots on my calendar. Let's meet. Have a quick chat. Love to hear more about you. And I'm super excited for today. Had a great guest, Shane Whelan, lined up, and something must have happened. And so Shane is not here at the moment. And Shane, if you're out there, love to have you drop in. A great guy, great content and information. So love to have you do that. I'm going to do something that I normally don't do. And that is, let's see here if I can do this. I am putting the link in the comments, and Ever, you might have to add that to LinkedIn for me. And I would love it if you want to drop in and say hi. I've got a ton of great content for you, but if you'd like to drop in and say hi, I would love it. It'd be fun. I just love to shake things up here a little bit. So just a reminder, I am here every Monday and Thursday at 8 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. And I am here to inspire you each week. Now, what do we talk about? So we have amazing people who connect on this show. We talk about all about connection and about positive mindset and how to move forward in your life. And you know what? It is up to you what you do. As my book behind me says, befuddled, live the life you choose. You do not want to be befuddled. You do not want to be out of sorts. You want to live the life you choose. And how do you do that? Well, life happens and then you choose every day. Things happen beyond our control, but we get to take those things and process them and deal with them and then choose what we do with them. Sometimes that takes longer than others. Sometimes we can turn that pretty quickly. But I want to tell you today that no matter what's going on in your life, you can choose where you go from here. You can. It's up to you. Nobody else gets to make that choice for you. So I pray for you and I encourage you to get out there, make life wonderful. I tell everybody I wake up in my book. I have my little a routine I do every morning. It's a habit that I formed years ago before I get out of bed. And I do this every day. And this is what I do. Number one, I say that I'm thankful. And I'm thankful for God, my beautiful wife, for all the blessings in my life. Number two, I say, I've got this. I give myself like a little pep talk. And I say, I've got this. I have the talents and abilities to move forward and do this. And number three, I say, today's going to be awesome. And it's funny because people that I coach sometimes will look at me and say, yeah, Russ, I can't say that. I can't say today's going to be awesome. And, but you know what? You don't have to do what I do. You just have to adopt that positive mindset that you're going to have a good day no matter what comes your way. And so again, as life happens to you, let me encourage you, be a go-getter, be a positive person with a positive perspective in your life, make great things happen. So what are some great things that are happening? Well, I got to tell you, yesterday, D. Scott Smith and I, my good friend Scott, and I had a 1-year anniversary of live streaming and the experience live with Russ and Scott. That's where all of this live streaming happened, where it all began. And it's been so much fun. It's been so much fun to meet so many of you, to be able to just grow and learn from you and be a positive blessing to as many people as I can. It's been wonderful. And through the experience, what Scott and I are doing, we talk about the experience of life, right? We all are on a journey and we're all at a different place in that journey. And we like to find out where people are, what they're doing, and what great things are happening. And we have two amazing guests every week. On Wednesday at 7 a.m. Pacific Standard Time is the experience. And we call it a mastermind experience starting in February, first Wednesday in February at 10:30 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. We are beginning a mastermind around live streaming. Now, you can be an experienced live streamer or you can be a beginner, and it's for you, because what it's all about connection, building, growing, learning. We'll be at different places in the journey. We'll give nuggets of information on what's going on. We'll be able to learn from each other, and we will also be able to help you outside of that mastermind if you want to, have one of us give you a hand beyond that with your live streaming production or with whatever you're doing with your business. We are there to help and encourage. It's all about adding value to people. It's all about being a value added service to all my good friends that are in live streaming and in business and coaching and everything they're doing. I want to be there to support you guys. And so that's what it's all about. And Scott and I want to do that every Wednesday, 10:30 a.m. It'll be 45 minutes each week. And you can go to russhedge.com and go to the mastermind tab and sign up directly, or you can go to dscottsmith.com and sign up on the tab as well. So I'm going to take a look at a couple more of the comments here. There we go. Alexandria, Alex, she and I had a great chat this morning. She's in Ohio. Wow, what a great individual. Amazing things she's doing. She is going to be on this show. And so I can't wait for that. We got her scheduled. Elise is here. Oh my goodness, from South Africa. Good morning, Elise. Great to see you today. Thanks so much. Oh, there you go. Another new friend. Nini, we are meeting later today. So great to see you. So great to see you. And hopefully you all can hear me great now. Yes, Drew, I was muted, but now I'm here. Thanks for jumping in. Ever, thank you for your reminder. All right. Yes, I'm glad you guys could actually hear the intro. That's always a good thing. So thanks, Ever. That is my wonderful, fabulous assistant and team member. Ever is incredible. She makes all the great things happen behind the scenes. Whoop, whoop. Yes, I agree. It's going to be a great day today. You know what? Doesn't matter what happens. It's going to be a great day. Here is the link again. Okay, so I've got this in the comments. Please jump in. If you and I've Ever's probably put that in Instagram, in LinkedIn now as well. Jump in and say hi. You don't have to be a long time, and I don't care who wants to jump in and say hi. Just tell me about the positive things that are going on. Again, I could talk for 2 or 3 shows easy by myself, but it's always nice to have friends that are here. Just jump in and say hi. Everybody's saying good morning. What I love about things is people jumping in and networking in the comments. Inger, you are amazing. Good morning. And I'm doing so much better. For those of you who don't know, I'll just say it. I'll be hashtag radiating real this morning, as my friends Nancy Barrows and Tim Sohn would say. I just finished with round 2 of COVID. And so my whole family, we had a very COVID Christmas. And so anyway, but it's good. We all are good. We all made it through. Everybody's healthy now. This is my last day of quarantine. Probably do 1 extra day just to be safe. But all is good. And God has blessed us. We were able to be together, which is amazing. Able to just spend time together, even through that. Good morning, Liz. Oh my goodness. Another great friend. Liz is here this morning. And you guys are so great. Great comments. Thank you. And thank you. We would love to have you, Alex, in the mastermind. Go check out the information and sign up for that. If you guys have any questions on that, please ask me, because I would love to be able to give you more information if you need it. I don't want it to be anything that is difficult to understand. It's really simple. It's all about supporting, blessing, and encouraging and learning. And we will supply some of that learning, and others that are part of the mastermind. We'll have other actual very veteran live streamers there as well. So, and again, this is something too, I want you to know that when you sign up, and it's a monthly thing, you're not signing any agreements or contracts. So you can come, and if it's great value for you, awesome. We want you to stick around, because we really want people to learn and grow together in the long term. But if it's not something that works for you, that's fine. And there's nothing holding you in there. You got to make that choice on your own. So anyway, I want to give you some more information here. We just came off a campaign that we want to keep going called hashtag 1000 thanks. There's so many things to be thankful for. Man, I can't even begin to tell you all the things that I'm thankful for. Thankful to God for my life. Thank you for my beautiful wife of 34 plus years. that she's put up with me that long. And thank you for my wonderful children, my adult children who now are smarter than me and doing amazing things. For those of you who don't know, we brought this up yesterday. Hashtag 1000 thanks to the person that brought this up yesterday. It reminded me, I think it was Scott on the show, but my son is actually double Grammy nominated. He is a wonderful musician. My whole family is musical. My daughter is a incredible worship pastor and incredible musician and vocalist. My son plays in several bands, but also works for a mastering company and mastered a couple songs up for the Song of the Year. And so that's amazing that he was able to be able to work for a company that works with such great clients. And he lives down in the LA area, so that really helps him a lot. So yeah, anyway, we have some more comments here. Let's see what we've got. Yeah, I'm glad to hear I got through it too. That's for sure. People saying hi to each other. Yes, 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 yes. And yeah, really, who Liz, Inger, anybody, drop in and say hi. I know you're all busy. Don't feel anybody that wants to drop in and say hi. You can just drop in for a couple minutes. Again, I keep talking by myself and I want to bring great content to you guys, but I always love to have another voice and somebody speaking out there. So if you guys get a chance, drop in and say hi. And listen, I want to tell you some more things that are going on though. Super excited. So this is a new year. And there is a lot of abundance and opportunity around each one of you. So when I say that I want to encourage you and inspire you to live a purpose-driven life of significance, I want you to be a world changer. I want you to be a difference maker. And how do you do that? Well, you start, you move forward, you take action. It is more simple than you think. I have a simple mind and I take things simply one step at a time. And how can you do that? Well, first thing is you really need to develop purpose in your life. If you don't have not defined your purpose in life, your why, the why you get up every morning, right? Not just what you do, but why you do it. That's something that I can help you with that you really need to move forward with. You can go to russedge.com, schedule time to chat with me completely free, and then we can decide where we go from there. But I really want to help you. And then what you do from there is develop your business. I have a couple other great workshops. I have one coming out, which is called How to Monetize Your Live Stream in 5 Simple Steps. And I have another one that will be out shortly after that again called How to Turn Cold Calling into Making Friends, which is a relationship building class. They're workshops. They're 1-hour workshops, simple. You can sign up. And I'm sure that the link will go in. There's an Eventbrite link that will go in the comments here during the show for the How to Monetize Your Live Stream in 5 Simple Steps. And it's been asked to me, and the question is yes. Yes, in the Mastermind, that is one thing we will be talking about. I have been highly successful in monetizing all my live streams. I have 4 currently, and 3 of them are monetized. One of them is with a group that we chose not to do that with, actually with our church, and is a great thing about faith, community, and hope. It's called Let's Talk, Faith, Community, Hope. And that one we chose not to monetize for some obvious reasons, but the other 3 I've monetized simply, and I've helped others. And one thing that I'm always constantly working on is being better with my messaging, clarity. I think I've made a lot of good strides and I help my customers with that, but sometimes it's harder for ourselves. One person with websites that's amazing that has helped me that I'm going to bring in here that's sitting there smiling at me in the green room is my great friend, Charlene Brown.
Hi,
Hey, Charlene, how's it going?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm so good. Hey, thanks so much for dropping in. I appreciate you.
Of course, anytime. I'm excited I could do it.
Well, I'm glad you could too. And I know you probably don't have a ton of time, but one thing that you and I had talked about, which really is been helpful for me. You're doing a ton of live streaming and you're doing some really cool things.
hmm
But one thing that you did, you had a show with Robert, and you were talking about Robert Berry, and you guys were talking about people's websites and how to make them look better. And you said, hey, anybody that wants to throw their website up there. We'll take a look at it. And I'm like, me. And I threw mine up there. You guys were awesome. And you and I know I keep saying it, but I mean it. We're going to definitely get together and talk about some of your ideas that you brought to me about my website, because I want to make it better. I probably will get you involved with me and Ever, my wonderful assistant, because she's going to be working on that for me. But anyway, let me tell everybody, first of all, a little bit about you, who you are, and what you do, so they have an idea, a little snapshot on you.
Yes, definitely. Well, my name is Charlene Brown, and I have stepped into my role as the brand misfit because I usually feel that way when I put things together. It's all over the place. It feels like it, but then it comes together perfectly. So and what I do is I'm a website architect. So I help people really figure out what technology should they be using and allow them to really bring a collection of items and thoughts together for their brand and their businesses. So it can be an alignment situated between their websites and their brands and their businesses. A lot of times we create things for websites with no direction, no thought, and we're not really giving our websites a blueprint on what it should do for us. And our websites can be so powerful. They can be the foundation of everything that we do in our marketing. And I want that to be for my clients. I want them to embrace blogging. I want them to embrace videos. I want them to embrace audio and allow their websites to showcase their brilliance. Because yes, you're doing it on all these platforms, but then you kind of feel scattered because depending on who's at that platform, those are the people who can see you. Are you going to talk an Instagrammer into coming on LinkedIn? Are you going to talk a Facebook person to come on to Instagram? So it's really like, how can you put everything in one place? And I always feel like your website is that place.
Well, I completely agree with that. And I've always pointed everybody, as you've heard me say over and over and over, russhedge.com, russhedge.com. I try to keep it simple. I keep everything there so that you can pretty much do anything with me that I do on my website. And yes, I need it to be better, but I'm getting there. And I've made a lot of huge strides because of good friends like you. And I love the brand misfit, by the way. That is amazing. And that part is actually newer, right?
Yes, and that
Yes.
came because of my good friend Phyllis. I was lucky to be in one of her branding workshops, and I love learning everything I can about branding. Even though I do it, there's always something new or another take to it. So I kept telling her, I can't put my finger on it. I just know there's something that I want to say. And then she said, everything that you're talking about is you being a brand misfit. So that's how my name came about. And between her and my other friend, Ebony, we just really started to brainstorm a lot of things. And when I tell you succinct, they just brought everything together. I was like, yes, this is it.
I've learned long ago, listen to what people are telling you, because a lot of our friends know way more than I do. And so, man, when I listen to good friends, I think I might have connected you with Alan Hennessy already, but Alan Hennessy, Jim Fuse, Tim Sohn, Russ Johns, Gabe Leal, a lot of these people have really directed me in so much that I've done. Of course, my friend D. Scott Smith, has been amazing in my life. And, the thing is, when you listen to people and they give you these ideas, that's where, I came up with inspiration specialist. That's where I branded myself from the get go. I was smart from the get go and paying attention to people, that I picked good colors. I picked a good, what I am, an inspiration specialist, because that's really me. And so that really helps, when you've got this good input from people. And you said something that I really like, and that is really having a blueprint and a thing for your website. It's like having purpose for your life. Like I was just talking to, I have a group called Purpose to Profit. What does that mean? When you have purpose as the foundation of your life, you're going to always be more productive and more profitable, whether it's in money in your business or whether it's just in family and friends and life, right? You can profit in life and it doesn't have anything to do with money, but it's because you have that basis and that foundation. And I think that goes back to what you said with your website. If you don't have some sort of basic foundation and blueprint, you're just kind of wandering.
Exactly. You're wandering, and then your website is disconnected from you. And I've noticed that a lot of times, and I've heard that a lot last year. A lot of people kept saying, oh, I have a site, but I'm embarrassed, or I don't send people to it, I don't use it. So then I say to myself, then what's the point of paying for a platform that you don't use? It's like you're paying for Facebook, but you never go on. So at one point, you're going to say to yourself, maybe I need to just stop paying for it. But then you're losing that opportunity. You're losing such a advantage, because think of if Amazon just said, I don't send anybody to my site, I'll just tell them about it. Then would it be as major as it is now? So that's how I think people are missing the point. That's what the website should be doing for your business. It should be like, oh, I need to go see Russ. Let me go check out what he has. Oh, it popped in my head that I needed something. I need a book, or I remember the book that Russ kept talking about. Let me go send someone to it. It's so easy just to tell people, hey, hit my site up, send people to my site. They can get my book there. They can find my courses there. They can find all my shows there. And it just makes it so much easier.
Yeah, no, you're exactly right. Because, I found the secret to connection with people online was for me to say, hey, Charlene, let's connect. And then I put in www.russedge.com/contact. That's my
Yes.
connection. That is my calendar. And you know how many people actually schedule when I actually put that link in, which is
Mm-hmm.
which is a page on my website. I would say 90% of the people do, because
Yeah,
what I've done is I've made it really simple for them. And the same thing, like right now, you want to buy my book, go to www.russhedge.com/buy book now. You want to
exactly.
sign up for something, go to my website / whatever. There's great ways, like you said, to send people directly to where they can take action. And that's why I need to continuously improve that. And that's why we're going to talk with Ever, and we're going to get me on track on a couple more things that I need to improve on mine, because I constantly want to be better.
Of course, we all do. And even when it comes to having just links, right? Maybe you don't feel like putting up an entire page, or it's something that's temporary, or just a marketing tool that you want. Just like how people use the name is escaping me. I have it at the tip of my tongue. Linktree. So how people go to Linktree just to have links, you can create that actually on your website, right? Just put the links on your site, send people to it, and those are all your links for social media. So instead of still one more time paying another entity to house your links, and the reason why I'm saying that it's so important to bring people back to you is because when Google starts to analyze your site, they're saying, wow, you're getting a lot of traffic organically. You got a lot of people coming to you. You must be doing something important, valuable there. So now you start to rise in their ranking charts. And a lot of people don't understand that. You have to keep making it valuable to people to come to you. And the reason why a lot of these search engines kind of hone in on SEO, it's just because it makes it organic for them to categorize you, to put you in a catalog. So think of it that way. How do you want to be cataloged on the internet and then easily found? And you can make those your own terms. You don't have to follow everybody else's terms. That's something else I learned from Phyllis. You can create your own little SEO nuggets of lists and tell people all the time, like how you keep saying inspiration specialist, make that your term on your site. So every time you're talking about it, somebody just says, you know what, I may not remember his last name, but he kept saying inspiration as specialist. So they typing that in, and boom, it's showing up online. It's showing up on the internet, and you're connected to that term. So those are ways that you can really make yourself branded and known for your own platform.
Yeah, and you know what? I am actually I'm doing a test right now. Let me come back here. I'm doing a test right now, and I'm looking up. I'm just curious. Inspiration specialist, how much that actually shows up. And you know what? My YouTube, my Facebook, my Instagram.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting, but I'm not sure that's actually all me. Now I see part of it is for sure. So
Mm-hmm.
that's interesting. This is another thing that I've learned too from people. And Charlene, you can give us your ideas on this, and that is when you put in, I really wanted to be clear. And Robert said this to me on your show when we were
Right.
talking about my site. He goes, I'm reading this, Russ, but I'm not 100% sure what you do. So what I've done is I have put very boldly, not only in my banner,
Mm-hmm.
who I am, and I've actually taken inspiration specialist off as the first thing because that doesn't tell what I do. That's my thing. But what I did was put in the three main things I do: keynote speaker, marketing coach, um, and author. And then, of
Mm-hmm.
course, now live streamer is a big one too. And then in the main tags of like my LinkedIn and my website and all that, those lead off because I want people to be able to see quickly what I do so they have an idea who I am. So it's a matter of taking that branding of
Mm-hmm.
inspiration specialist, mixing it with those things. So tell us your view on that, how exactly that is best to mix those together.
I think it's also important to say what's the solution that you give people. So speak to that and then tie in your phrases, your terms in on how those all connect in a way. And they don't always have to be in the same paragraph or the same sentence, but it's just a way of you introducing yourself. So how would you introduce yourself at a party or introduce yourself at an event or introduce yourself to someone new? That's what your website should be doing on your behalf. So think of it as your spokesperson. How do you want it to introduce you to the world? And then when you're doing that, you say to yourself, okay, what's the issue that you're coming to me for? I want to tell you that you're in the right place. And once you
Right.
do that, you can go into more details on your about page. Because I think a lot of us, we were telling the world everything on the homepage when it doesn't have to be that way. We can give them a little taste of what we do, who we are, and then direct them where we want them to go. So if we give them a short, brief introduction, our little elevator speech on our homepage, we tell them, hey, you want to know more about me? Head on over to the about page, and there you can really go into, I'm a speaker, I've done this, and I've spoken here, I'm an author of this book, you can get the book here. And that's where people start to say, oh, okay, now I see where they all come in and work together. So that's
Right.
that's always been what I've advocated.
Well, I like that. Well, first of all, I like what you said about introduce yourself as you would to people. And one thing that I've really tried to do, and I've always been, um, before COVID, I was a networking fiend, right? I was
Right.
all about marketing and networking. I love people. That's where the hashtag Russ selfie came from. All of that, loving people, taking a bunch of selfies, having a great time, learning how all of that benefits you with connection. But
Mm-hmm.
what I've always done, I've always had a tagline at things that I go to, right? And we all have that. We go to networking events, have a tagline. From the time that I started way back years ago, people are chanting my tagline because they all know, what I'm all about.
Yeah.
And so what I've tried to do is kind of incorporate some of that into the things I'm doing in my social media and I am an inspiration specialist, but I've also incorporated in my why, which I say over and over on this show, that my why or purpose in life is all about inspiring and encouraging you to live a purpose driven life of significance. And then I say, what does that mean? It means I want you to be a world changer. I want you to be a difference maker. I want to help you do that. And that's what I'm all about. So that's really my purpose. And I think when people see that, it differentiates you a little bit too, because they know what you're really truly all about. But like we were talking about, you also got to get out quickly what you do, because a lot of people have a 2 second attention span, right? I
Yes.
mean, they look,
Yep.
and if it doesn't catch their attention, they're gone. And so that's the thing it's easy for me to be woo in person, but when I'm not in person and I'm digital, how do I make that happen quickly?
And the quickest way is video. So the same way we have introductions on our LinkedIn profiles, you do that for your website. Just give yourself a brief introduction. And a lot of people say, okay, you got 16 seconds, you got 30 seconds, then stick to those times. Pretend you're doing a reel and introduce yourself in 16 seconds and say, hey, this is who I am. And everything that you just said, if you did that in a video and put that on your website as the first thing they see or the second thing that they see, people will not only stay on longer, now they understand you quicker. And now you've helped them make a decision. Do I stay and keep going, or do I leave because I don't need this? So it's easier for them to understand who you are and get to see you and know you.
So you're awesome, and you mentioned this before about that video, and that's what I'm going to do because I'm going to have I think my colors and my header are good. I think what I'm going to do is put a video right after that, so you see it all in the first picture, and I will do that because it is easier for me because I am a real woo out there kind of person.
Exactly.
I know, so it would give people a better snapshot that don't know me. This is why I think I've been highly successful in connecting with people online, not
Mhm.
because of the print, but because I go straight to Zoom and I have people connect with me on that connection link and I meet people. And then, then Charlene, I meet you and I find out what an incredible person you are. You get to see what kind of a person I am, a little wacky, a little out there, but maybe I'm okay, that kind of thing. And everybody gets to a better feel for each other, right? Of what they
Right.
think.
Correct. And you are more than okay. And that's why people stay connected to you, because they see you, they get to feel their genuineness of you. Because as soon as you meet someone, if it's not a good vibe, you can feel it immediately. Your gut tells you. So
Yeah.
I think that's also very important when you have a website, because people are going there 24/7. They don't really always get to see you, or maybe they booked an appointment with you, but they don't know who you are yet. So that video still allows them to get to know you. And what I did was, I'm experimenting myself. I've created little mini videos for different pages, and I'm not done yet. But right now, I have one for the homepage, one for my FAQs, and I have one for my about. And I believe my resources page, I put that one up. But I was creating just to see, like, if I'm able to explain the different pages and the different areas, then people are more likely to understand why they're there.
Yeah, and I think that's a great idea, and I'm also a huge advocate of simplicity. So when I go into a website that is really complicated, it kind
Hmm.
of overwhelms me right off the bat. So what
Exactly.
I've tried to do, and maybe not always completely successfully, but I think overall I have, what I've tried to do is simplify things. And one thing that we talked about on your show too is and this is one thing we'll talk about, I'm having my wonderful assistant ever help me with this, and that is simplifying the menu items, because the more exciting stuff I have going on, the more menu items I have. I'm overwhelmed by my menu right now. So I'm thinking this is not a good thing if I'm overwhelmed by it. So I need to simplify that. And there's ways to do that, tabs within headings on that you told me about. And that
Yes.
simplification, huge, right?
And even if you create like a catalog, because
There
I'm
you
trying to
go.
say catalog and category together. I don't know why, but if you have like a catalog of things that you're creating, it's easier too, because then you can just send them to your services or your happening now page, right? And then within that page, you have little catalogs of what you're doing, little sections. So think of it how stores do it, how retail does it. A really good retail store that has a lot of inventory, they break them up into different areas of what would people want. Do you want to go into the women's, the men? And then if you go to either one of those categories, are you looking for pants? Are you looking for suits? What are you looking for? So if you kind of break that same idea up and use that for what you're doing and all the new ventures that you have, you can now create an actual category for your ventures. So all your events can go into one area, and then you have an event page, and you just keep it simple. And you have maybe the poster of your event, a little blurb, and a link for the people to either purchase a ticket or to see you live somewhere. And you do this, you just take that same mentality and you do that for courses. So if you have a lot of courses, just create a course page and break down the minimal information that people need. And then, of course, you'll have your sales page. You can take them directly there, and the sales page can give them more information. But I always know that it takes, don't go beyond 5 links if possible to get people to go to where you need them to go to take action. So if it's a sale that you need them to make, then try to be under 5 clicks from the moment that they landed on the page to the moment that they actually either purchased or joins a email list or something like that. And that's where the simplification comes in as well.
Right. Yeah, I think any way you can do that, being in sales and marketing for 35 years now, I just have always found that the simpler you make it for people to buy, the more they're going to buy. And the simpler you make it for people to connect or whatever, the more they're going to connect. Thus, my success on my connection link has been a super positive example for me, because I try to. I'm a person who I don't beat myself up, but I self-evaluate, and I take a look at myself and I say, how can I be better? Did I do well in there? What can I improve? Right. So like when I used to go and make a sales call, I would leave and think, so how did I do? That's just my normal mentality. What can I do better next time? And I'm always thinking that as far as simplification of message, what is going good here? How can I do that? And that's why, for like one thing, monetization of my live streams, I've made it very simple and easy to do. And I've had people that have asked me, that's my number one thing. And I brought that up, that in our mastermind we have coming up, we're going to be talking more about that. The number one reason I've been successful is simplification. I have made it really simple and easy for people to do it. And people come to me with these complicated schemes and all these tiers and all this stuff, and they're going to send people stuff. And I'm like, whew, you just tell me about that. I'm overwhelmed already. So I think you're going to have a little struggle getting that across to people. And so it's the same thing with this. And I need to work on, sometimes we have certain areas of our life good, and we have other areas like my website where we need to be better and be less, jumbled, and have less mayhem in our website. So, and that's when we come to you.
And a lot of it I've noticed too, and even for me, I had to really sit down and say, okay, what no longer serves my business and me,
Right.
and my clients? What no longer do I need to do or offer as a service or as a product? And I started getting rid of a lot of things and started streamlining more. And it just takes that time to say, you know what, my fourth quarter is going to be the time that not only am I planning for the next year, but I'm also going to make sure that whatever is in my wheelhouse now is something that we need to take with us in the new year. Same thing with blogs. If your blog post that you created 5 years ago is no longer relevant, it's okay to delete it or find a way to update it, improve it, so now it becomes a valuable resource again. That's one thing, especially in technology, that I can't stand, is having an outdated resource that is not speaking to the technology of current. And that means that whatever you're doing, you're not keeping that up to date. So at least get rid of it so it's not always popping up, because it becomes a nuisance when people want to work with you. They're just trying to figure out, okay, well, this not even, I'm looking at the screen and this is not even the same screen. So you want to make sure that whatever you're providing on your site is current and something that will actually benefit you and whoever comes to your site.
So you're so awesome to talk to. I've already let this go over like 10 minutes, and we're going to talk just a little bit more if you have just a couple more minutes.
I do.
Because what I was thinking about with what you're talking about current, I think people have to give themselves permission to, as they're on their journey with their business and their life, they need to give themselves permission to adjust what they're doing. They don't have to be so stubborn and say, this is what I do, and I'm never going to change the way I do it, right? So who we are and what we're all about, I believe that doesn't change. It shouldn't. If you really know who you are and what you're all about, that should be what drives you, right? So,
Correct.
I'm a man. I love the Lord. I love people. I love my family. I love to encourage, inspire people. That's who I am and what I'm all about. But what I do within that and within sales and marketing and coaching and all of that changes. And live streaming has continued to rise up my list of things where I'm actually producing now, where I'm actually collaborating with other great people like Russ Johns and Gabe and Tim and people like that to do additional things with Scott, with our with our mastermind. That has risen up. So I have made some tweaks, and I need to continue to do that to make sure that my information is not only relevant and current the way it looks, but also has that information of what I've changed a little bit and added, so people know what I'm really doing.
Correct. And then you can also bring in people who are like your partners without it feeling disconnected, because a lot of times we have affiliates and we don't know how to bring that on our site. But if you bring it in a way where you keep it under a specific category or topic or whatever that may look like for your site, it starts to flow. People start to say, "Oh, okay, I see why you're introducing this. Okay, you have a mastermind, but it's part of your courses, and this is not something you do by yourself. So I can see why they are together, and it can be a different branding, all of that. But now people can understand why you're bringing it to them. So
Right.
it when you allow yourself the permission to change and alter the way that you're doing things, it allows you to also be flexible and see what's the best way. That's always the ultimate thing whenever you're doing. And especially for marketing, you want to pay attention to what people are saying. How
Right.
are they moving on your website? If something is hard for them to find, you want to move it to the forefront if that's something important to you for them to
Right.
to work with. Yeah.
Yeah, no, you're exactly right, and I think too that it's important to, like you're saying, sometimes we need to move things out that aren't relevant with really what our focus is, and make sure and move those other things and make them easier for people to see, easier for people to do, and again, just realize that if we are strong and focused on who we really are and have a consistent message,
Hmm.
it's okay to tweak what we're doing a little bit and make it better. And I think we should all be. I'm a lifelong learner. I'm in a point where I'm learning and growing daily. I'm listening to all that you're saying right now, and I'm thinking, yeah, that's right. I got to do that. I'm learning as you're talking. So I appreciate you. I do really have to wrap things up because I've gone way over, but I want
Yes.
everybody, you and I are going to continue this conversation, but I want you to tell everybody, how do they get a hold of Charlene and get more great information from you?
Yes, definitely. You can, of course, reach me here on LinkedIn. And I have a lot of new things in the pipeline. So please stay connected with me on LinkedIn. You can also, if you need a strategy session with me, you can head on over to strugglesite.com. And that's just where we can actually book you and get you started, because I will help you understand what to do. And that's also considered my struggle site rescue efforts to help you understand, okay, wait, this is where I went wrong, and we can just get you back on track with your site. And that's where you'll find a lot of things with me as well. On my website is brooklynCustomDesigns.com, and it's just been, like I said, revamped. So you'll find the courses that I'm doing with Rob Berry and my friend Michelle Barzalo. It's exciting. Everything that we're doing, everything that my business is focused on, is helping you align yourself with your website and be proud of it, and be something that you talk about every time you talk about your business.
And also, on top of that, you have like 3 or 4 live stream shows. You're with Carl, you're with Shree. So tell us about your live stream shows. And Robert?
Yes. Well, Robert, we're working something out. I'm still trying to get him to do that. But what we do is with him, we do the website rehab.com, and we just walk people through what the understanding is of their websites. Where are they going wrong? He helps with the copy, I help with the layout. And my main show is Real Talk Live with Carl Sean Watkins, and we do that Tuesdays and Thursdays at 10 a.m. Eastern. And that is so much fun because we love featuring the community on our show. So we bring people on. We're planning panels this year. That's going to be amazing. And we're just there to have that real conversation with people that normally you shy away from, but we talk about everything and anything, especially if it concerns the community and bettering each other. We love doing that. And my newest show is with Shri, and that's called Sip and Chat with Shri and Charlene. And we do that on LinkedIn every Tuesdays at 9 p.m. Eastern. And that is also fun. And it's another way for us to be laid back and talk. And we can also sip. So if it's water, if it's wine, it's okay. We just have a laid back chat time. Like if you go to a lounge
Coffee.
or yes, you go to after hours time and just have a chat with your business besties and buddies. So that's everything that we do is focusing on that.
That's awesome. Well, you need to help me out and tag me a couple times in the shows, because I'm always forgetting when they're on exactly. And I've been doing my best. Gabe Leal has been great about categorizing and cataloging everybody's shows and putting them out on his site. But I need to, I really want to tune in. So that 10 a.m. with Carl is 7 a.m. my time, because you're 10 a.m. Eastern, right? Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. So anyway, I'm gonna have to tune in, because you guys are both such great friends, and it feels like, Charlene, you and I have been friends forever, and I think we've probably only really been friends for a few months.
Which
is amazing.
Yeah.
Wow. Anyway, that's crazy. So listen, I'm going to let you go, but thanks so much for jumping in. I think this was great information for everybody. If you guys want more information on marketing and connection and building your website, call Charlene, go to her links. We put them all in the show notes. So they're all there for you. And they're in the comments for sure. And so there you go. Thanks so much for being here. We'll talk real soon.
Yes. Have a good one.
All right. Well, listen, I love that. I love impromptu people just dropping in. And I know some of you are shy. It's okay. But this was a great time. It doesn't matter what happens. This is the wonderful thing about live streaming. It doesn't really matter what happens. And today was the first time that's ever happened to me where a guest has not been able to make it. And again, we'll have to reschedule that, because he was a great individual, and that I'm sure was something that went on. We've all been going through crazy stuff between COVID and here in the Pacific Northwest, we had a bunch of snow over and weather situations over Christmas time as well. And so I'm sure many of you have those things going on too. So anyway, don't forget, every Monday and Wednesday, or Monday and Thursday, 8 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, we're here with Marketing with Russ, aka #RussSelfie. And you know what? I just appreciate you all being here today. I appreciate you being in the comments and engaging. Appreciate you, Charlene, for jumping in and chatting. She had such great information. And I just want to tell you that we'll look forward to seeing you next Monday on Marketing with Russ. And until we talk to you then, have a great day and a great life. All right. See ya.
Thanks for joining us for this week's episode of Marketing with Russ, aka #RussSelfie. Be sure to subscribe in your favorite podcast app so that you don't miss a single episode. Have an amazing day.